Okay, Coach, coming to you from the venue that hosted the Super Bowl back in February of '06. Welcome to Ford Field in downtown Detroit. Nothing like the fanfare of introductions to an NFL game, and that was in evidence a moment ago. Fireworks, pyrotechnics, you name it. This crowd is ready as their guys get set to match up between the Pittsburgh Steelers and the Detroit Lions. Lurching closer toward the midway point of this NFL season, and we're underway on EA Sports. This fielded at the 2. And a good return as he'll be stopped just shy of the 30-yard line.
Here we go. At their own 29-yard line.
Ready? 90, Wolf.
50, 50.
They'll run for the first time with Johnson. Give him 3 there on the first play of the game, and it's second down.
Defensively here, you're facing a top-5 team in terms of points scored in the NFL. So when they're that high-powered, you've got to find a way to hold them under 20. Because to me, that's the magic number. 20 points scored, you give yourself your best chance to win.
So if they're up around 24, 28, 30, they could be in some trouble.
And I think so, because then you turn it into a shootout, and that means your offense has to keep pace.
It's a party now. It's a party now.
Ready?
They give to Johnson going right. And he's got room. A first down there on a pickup of 25. Well, this is the reigning NFC Offensive Player of the Week. Runs like that might get him another award.
Yeah, Thunderbolt right out of the gate, huh? How about that, hitting the defense hard early? And, of course, carrying the momentum from last week into this week's game.
Operating out of Steeler territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 43. A first carry now for Kareem Hunt. And they're going to stop him right at the line of scrimmage. Just no cutback lane to be found whatsoever. 2nd and 10.
Absolutely love the effort there. The ability to flow from his inside spot and stop that one at the line of scrimmage. Nice linebacker play.
Set. 15 line. 15 line.
On second down, Johnson. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. It'll be a loss of a full 3 yards there, and it also brings up 3rd down.
The tackle made back at the 47-yard line.
Down.
And Pittsburgh with 6 defensive backs in the game here on 3rd down.
X3. 218. Go.
Here's Thomas. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Myles Garrett in there to get him, and that is sack number 6 now for him on the year.
It always helps for a visiting team to come in and set the tone on defense. In fact, when we talked with them prior to the game, they said they wanted this home crowd to feel like they had to hide their valuables when they were in town.
Well, the home crowd quiet now early. See if their offense can take over and get some points on the board. Rudolph going to lead the Steelers up now 1st and 10 at their own 20-yard line.
He's crossing. He's checking crowd. He's checking. He's checking.
Rocket. Snap.
They'll try the left side. Swift. And he's going to lose yardage here back to the 14-yard line. That's going to go as a loss of 6, and it'll set him back for 2nd down.
30 base.
Mike 58 right there. I got you. Whip. Watch the whip. Kill.
Hey, Sam off.
58.
22-jet bomber. 5. You're out. Now. Hard. Switch. Get it.
Now on 2nd and 16. Rudolph. He's going to rifle one deep left side. And nearly an interception here on their opening drive. But instead, 3rd down.
Well, that certainly looked like something that they discussed all week in practice getting ready for this one. Take the big shot right out of the gate. At worst, you'll open up the defense a little bit, loosen them up, have them back on their heels.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on third down.
Hey, lock it. 2.
Now a give, right side. Swift. And he'll lose yardage on this one, back to the 13. A loss of a yard, and it brings up fourth.
All right, quick observation, Brandon, because early on in this game, I'm seeing linebackers playing with their noses close to the line of scrimmage.
And my guess is the wheels are turning on that other sideline. As a play caller, you're filing that away right now, aren't you?
Yeah, you're trying to find that opportunity later on when you can play action them or stick something to them between the second and the third level.
A great return there of 22 yards. And the Lions will have excellent field position here as they take over 1st and 10.
Ready. And logo. Topper.
So first down carry here for Johnson. And the lane closes up quickly as he'll get about 3 down to the 38.
Ready, Brick. 80 weapons.
Thomas to throw on 2nd down. And that going to be incomplete. A lot of contact, no call, and it's 3rd down.
Well, it doesn't take any great analysis, no jokes, partner, okay? All right, on this one. But we just know that we're going to see this as the game moves forward. There's going to be 2 guys on him on just about every snap.
It's kind of a dare to throw his way, but they have to keep throwing his way.
The benefits could be great. You throw it to a great receiver, he could come down with it anyway.
Greystone, Travis. Go.
On 3rd down, Johnson. And this one's going to go the wrong way. Losing yardage back at the 42. He loses 4, and it brings up 4th.
It's 4th down.
Now let's see how the offense still out there. They elect to go on 4th and 11. Now Thomas throwing on 4th down. Finding Gabriel complete. 4th down, no problem. 19 yards that time, but now it's 1st and 10.
Every play is supposed to get a player's best effort. But on 4th down, that really increases the stakes, doesn't it? What about that catch?
Heck of an effort, picking up the first.
And now that team has to be motivated going forward. They just saw a great effort there. They want to make sure it pays off.
10 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be 2nd down.
Partner, I remember a coaching friend of mine used to tell his running backs before games, make sure you run and jog with your offensive line in pregame. Get used to the ground shaking when those big behemoths start to create space for you up front. He did a pretty good job of just following those guys through there for a nice explosive run.
A gain of just a yard, but it's a 1st down.
1st and 10 at the 13-yard line.
Got it.
Hey, 50 the mic, 50 the mic.
Leo, hit it.
They'll run on 1st down. It's Johnson. And here he'll get it down to the 7. He'll get a nice chunk there on the 1st down run, and it's 2nd and 4. Getting the sense, Charles, they're going to put a big emphasis this afternoon on the run game.
And why not? What we're seeing so far, working pretty well from them. And here's the best part. We always talk about the best performers do their job when the lights come on. I think he likes natural light best.
And this is going to result in losing yardage. They're driven back to the 8-yard line. That backs them up 1 yard and brings up 3rd down. And on 3rd and 5, this will be the 8th play of the drive.
Big series right here. We got
Go.
check safety. Tighten up.
Look, squeeze. Snap.
Johnson running right. It's a gain of 6 as they're able to convert, and now it's 1st and goal.
I definitely like the play call. You don't expect it on 3rd and 5, 3rd and 6, do you? You expect a pass play. Had a little courage there to call the run, and boy, they were successful.
They'll run it with Johnson. And this one will wind up with him losing yardage back to the 4-yard line. A loss of 2 there, 2nd down.
A loss of 2 brings up 2nd and goal at the 4-yard line.
From back at the 4, here's 2nd and goal. We're scoreless after one. Line of scrimmage, again the 4-yard line. 2nd and goal.
Check. Check hot route. Hot.
Now a 10th carry for Johnson. And he's going to take it in for a Lion touchdown. Carry on Johnson. Touchdown number 15 on the year. As his guys are first onto the scoreboard here this afternoon. Extra point right down the middle. And that makes the score 7-0. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. That's fielded in the end zone. Well, some might have returned that one. He won't. He'll go down to a knee, and they'll start the drive from the 25.
On the ready.
The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. And they'll certainly be trying to do better than that first drive where they went 3 and out.
And sometimes the first drive is just simply to settle nerves. You know what it's like at the start of a game with the emotion. Guys a little bit jumpy.
You do.
Oh, you understand the same way. It's just like us calling one, right? Making sure we ease into the game, let it come to us.
Well, you went 3
and
and
now
out.
they have that opportunity.
No, you didn't go 3 and out. I went 3 and out on that first drive. I'll try to do better here.
Watch the pass. Tight go.
Deep grip.
On 2nd down, Swift. Oh, he shifts past him. And not much. Maybe a yard up to the 29. Now 3rd down is looming. A pickup of 2 on 1st down and just 1 yard there.
Come on, set. 70, Indy. Fair.
You go tight. You go
Hey, exit.
You go tight right there. Check 31.
Go.
Check.
Rock it. Say go.
Throwing on 3rd down, here's Rudolph. Looking left side, he's got it, complete. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal. Excellent execution, and now they're set up nicely.
Are they ever? Red zone? I wonder what the next play call is going to be, because after a big play like that, a lot of teams like to use the momentum to launch another one.
Set up. 18, Gator. Pilot, 64, weak.
Check 9. Check 15. Check 15.
Set up.
They'll try and run for it on 1st and goal. And he's going to take it in for a Steeler touchdown. A great play there. Touchdown number 18 on the year. As they are now on the board here in the first half. Extra point put through by Boswell. And we are tied at 7. So all even at 7 now as they kick it away. That'll be taken in the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. The Detroit offense ready to begin their drive. And that last drive was very, very balanced, pretty methodical. You think they go that route again?
I'm always of the school that until they stop me from doing something, I'm going to continue. And I think that that's exactly what they'll look to do. But the beauty is the balance that they've created sets up opportunities for big plays. Looks like a run, turn it into a play action, and throw one deep.
So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. They stay on the ground. This time it's Johnson. And he's going to get hit at the line of scrimmage and driven backwards. Akeem Hicks that time on the tackle.
Brings up 2nd and 10 at the 39-yard line.
Set, ready. 10 Lobo.
Watch safety creeping. Safety
6-6. Pull it high. Hit it.
To throw is Thomas. Looking to throw on 2nd down. That'll be taken in there by Kenny Galladay. And they're going to have themselves another 1st down as the tackle's made at the Steelers' 41-yard line.
One thing I can say pretty safely, that route is not called if you don't have a guy who can throw the ball and put some mustard on it. Because if you're going to lollipop it in the middle of the field, bad things usually happen. It takes a strong-arm guy who can rifle it in there, and they were able to successfully complete that one.
Touchdown! Detroit. Kerryon Johnson, his second TD of the game and 16th on the season. And the Lions have taken the lead.
Brandon, my man, just one sentence for that one. Clinic.
And that's what they've done. They lead the league in points per game this season, but it's been quick strikeability as we saw on that drive.
I think they're actually intimidating defenses because they're back on their heels right away, wondering where it's going to come from, how they're going to hit them. This group is well organized, well coached, and extremely confident in what they do.
The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. They trail a one-score deficit, 14-7, as they come up 1st and 10. On first down, Swift. Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9.
Well, they had that one sniffed out. Excellent run blitz. Stop that one for a short gain.
What makes a good run blitz a good run blitz?
The ability to stay on task, to follow up your assignment, go to the gap you're supposed to cover, and not be deterred by anything else.
Watch twins.
General West.
Check 49. Check 49.
Get it.
On 2nd and 9, Rudolph. And his throw's going to be incomplete. Eric Ebron, the big tight end, his intended target. And it's 3rd down.
It's been my observation there's been a nice variety of play calling defensively. You and I often talk about an offense's ability to keep a defense off balance with what they're doing. I think the converse has been true in this game.
Yeah, I think you're right. They seem to have gone off tendency quite a bit, but only the 2nd quarter, a lot of time to change things.
Check 3. Check 3. Switch.
Slay, lock it. Yeah. Shoot.
Rudolph looking to throw. Blitz coming, and down he goes.
And they're picking up right where they left off with the shutout that they pitched last week. A huge part of that, this pass rush. They know how to get after people.
Offensively, good luck finding some answers right now. On is the punt team now as this one's sent away. Taken right on the 30. A good return there. Call it 13 yards. And the Lions will take over. The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. They're starting to pull away with this one. Early on that 1st quarter, they didn't look so great offensively. What has changed?
Sometimes it's just a matter of doing what you plan to do better. Sometimes you just put that all together and you execute. Other times it's just in a simple adjustment in your game plan, finding a spot that maybe was a little...
Got a man, it's caught inside the 10. And now they are knocking on the door inside Pittsburgh's 10. Every defensive staff harps on limiting explosive plays. Job not so well done there.
Yeah, they talk about it all the time. A lot harder to stop, though, isn't it? And when you think of an explosive play, most offensive staffs define them as passes of 20 or more yards and runs of 15 or more yards.
They went zooming past that number there. And he will maneuver his way down to about the 7. Only a yard on the pickup there. 2nd and goal. The line of scrimmage, the 7 now on 2nd and goal. We've hit the 2-minute mark in the 2nd quarter, 14-7. Coming up at halftime, we remind you once again that we're going to check in with Jonathan Coachman in Orlando. He'll have stats and scores from around the NFL as we reach now, hard to believe, the halfway point of the season. Time flying.
It certainly is. Time to get the sweaters out, my man.
It'll go as no gain on the play, and now they're looking at a 3rd and goal. Here's Thomas. Going to throw on 3rd and goal. It's caught by Bryant. And they'll get him down about 3 yards short of the 1st. A 4-yard pickup, not enough. 4th down.
So much about this game is just understanding situations and then having to execute, isn't it? Guard the 1st down sticks. Don't let them get there. And they rallied and made the tackle.
this kick is good. And they will move up by 10 now, 17-7. A good drive gets them inside the 5, but they could not punch it in.
And credit the defense, too. Make sure that happens, because that was the old bend but don't break approach. Made sure they contained them when they absolutely had to and forced the field goal attempt that went through.
The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. And you're under a minute to go in the half, a first half that hasn't been particularly kind to you. How do you think they'll play this?
Well, I think the smart approach is to run out the clock, lick your wounds at the half, and see if you can come up with a strategy to play better in the second. But there's also something to challenging your offense right here. You know, hey, guys, you help dig this hole. See if you can get us out of it a little bit before the half runs out. Let's go make some plays.
Second and 9 at the 26-yard line.
The last play got just a yard. Here's 2nd and 9 from the 26.
Check. Fresno. Jim. Check 26. Check the backer.
Look at me. Go. 5.
They'll keep it on the ground again here. And he still has yet to get on track in this first half as they're going to stop him behind the line. Now the Steelers use the first of their 3 timeouts as they'll stop the clock with 12 seconds to go in this first half.
Set, ready? 8, read.
I got you. Hey, alert 3. Switch. 36. Kill. Shift. Watch the shift. Showing it. Check 3.
Once again, they'll keep it on the ground. Well, they will bottle him up behind the line, and now will they use a timeout? And they're going to take a timeout defensively. So with 4th down coming up, they go ahead and burn it and say we'll see what happens. Here's Pat O'Donnell now as he's on to punt for Pittsburgh. He's been a busy man here in this first half as he gets it away. So we are at halftime here on Halloween. As we'll send you down to Orlando, and we check in with Jonathan Coachman for our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach. Both teams appear ready for the fight ahead, and we resume action here in quarter number 3. That's fielded in the end zone. And he'll elect not to return this one, so they'll bring it out to the 25 on the touchback. The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. They have the ball here for the inaugural drive of the second half. Pretty big deficit, though. We'll see what adjustments were made in that locker room.
And I never want to make something more important than it actually is, right? I don't want to create more hype than what is there. But this is I'm doing it, though. This is a really important drive. And we often talk about teams scripting plays to start a game. A lot of them script to start the second half, too. And they're scripting something that they expect to get them into the end zone and back into this game.
We'll see if that script is a good one for them. After the loss to start out, here's 2nd and 11.
Check 52.
Rock it. X3. 218. Chop it.
He's coming. We got double up. Check 13.
Hey!
Now Rudolph. And that one got tipped, kind of threw everything off. It brings up 3rd.
Well, we're not playing 3 yards in a cloud of dust football anymore. I kind of get why those old school coaches sometimes didn't want to throw the football. Because if it's popped up in the air, it almost turns into slow motion. And both sides trying to get to the football, and you're holding your breath wondering whether it's going to go good or bad for your team.
This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down.
Hey, echo. Get it.
From the gun, here's Rudolph. And now another one thrown incomplete. So coming up empty here to start the third quarter. Already 2 scores down. Got to be careful.
Yeah, I did notice, though, that the captain of the defense patted the quarterback on the helmet on his way out, pretty much letting him know, we know the pressure's on us. We're going to go out there and try and hold serve for you while you figure it out over here on the sidelines.
Here's Pat O'Donnell now. He's been one of their few bright spots so far. This is fielded at the 27. And he's got this almost to the 40 before going out. So a change of possession here on the punt. And possession will switch hands, 1st and 10. The Detroit offense ready to begin their drive. They were able to get the ball back here, didn't surrender any points. Now they'll look to add to that lead.
Hey, how about the boost the defense gave them? Going right out on the field, shutting them down, not giving up any points, and turning the ball back over. They want to do their part now and show them a little respect and some gratitude by scoring some points.
And to get a little more cushion.
Brings up 2nd and 9.
Go now. 60 outlaw.
Let's get off the field, D. Let's get off the field, D.
Looking to throw on 2nd down. Thomas. Washington's got it. And he'll get up to the 43-yard line.
Washington. It's a gain of 3. Brings up 3rd and 6.
And they insert their dime package, 6 DBs here on 3rd and 6.
Expecting pass all the way.
You don't want it.
You're out. 25.
There's Johnson. He's been busy this afternoon. A solid stiff arm. 1st down Detroit, 16 yards on the pickup. We've seen him break off a big run already in this game, and for a second, that one looked like it might be another.
Yeah, I think that any defense would say, look, we can't let him get to the 2nd level because sometimes he'll break off the big run on his own, but oftentimes you get additional blocking at the 2nd level, which gets you deeper into the secondary.
They stay on the ground on 1st for Johnson. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9.
They went right back to him, but he pretty much had nowhere to go on that play.
Yeah, the previous carry looked pretty good. That one, maybe he was a little tired. I don't know.
Yeah, maybe he should have tapped out and had a 2nd back come in and maybe make that run. Who knows?
Ready? 50. Plant.
You remember me? You remember me? Let's go, baby. Check your hot read. Alert 3, alert 3.
Hard.
He's coming. Double up, double up.
They'll run with Hunt on 2nd down. And a pretty good run there as he gets 7 down to the 33. And he'll get this pretty close to a 1st down as he's tackled at the Steelers' 33. Now the Steelers put a stop to the action with a timeout defensively. It's just their first, so 2 remaining as they burn one here in this 3rd quarter.
Down. 10-2 saw. Hey, lock it.
Jack. He's crashing.
Leo. Ready?
They'll try and run for it. Here's Johnson. And boy, he is very close to a 1st down, but from where they're spotting that football, he's going to be a foot or so short. And the Steelers signal for another timeout. And that's going to leave them with just 1 timeout remaining still in the 3rd quarter. We'll see if that comes back to haunt them. We'll be back. From here, this would have been a 48-yarder, but no, they're going to go for it.
Switch.
Here we go with Johnson. And this will depend on the mark. I'm not sure he pushed the line forward. And indeed, he did not. They stop him. Carry on Johnson turned away on 4th down. And this Steeler defense able to come up with a stop. The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. These guys had to punt their last possession, and that's become too familiar of a refrain. Too many of these drives just wound up going nowhere.
Well, you know how in baseball, when the pitcher gets a base hit and he's on base, they bring his jacket out to him to keep him warm? A lot of times the punter goes to the sideline, puts on sweatpants or a wrap over his leg to keep it warm. He might need a massage from the trainer right now from all the work he's getting.
Ready, ready. 18 Gator.
Right there. Get ready. Get ready. Get ready. Kill, kill, kill. Alert flare. Alert flare. Flare, flare. Swift.
They'll run on first down. Swift. And they're going to get him behind the line yet again as his nightmare afternoon continues. Just what you want on a first down run. Call it 8 yards, and it's 2nd and 2.
Second and 2 at the Lions' 49-yard line.
8 yards the gain on that last run. Here's 2nd and a couple.
Smith.
Check 59. Mike is 59. Mike to 59. I got one. I got one.
Yep.
Watch the slant.
Motion, motion.
59 Mike. 59 Mike.
Foot. Squeeze.
Check, check, check.
Snap.
Check.
Here's Rudolph. He's going to air one out. And he bats it away, and it falls down incomplete.
This defense is continuing to contest every deep ball that is thrown downfield. And, look, it doesn't matter whether you're playing man or zone. Eventually, that becomes man on man, and you've got to trust yourself and go up at that moment of truth and make a play on the football.
This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down.
Look at me. Go, get it.
Now a give, right side. Swift. And he's taken down at the 43, but not before picking up the first. It's a pickup of 6 and good enough to move the chains.
How about that run? Picks up a first down. Note the enthusiasm in my voice. Remember, last week, AFC Offensive Player of the Week. I think he's trying to get another one in the fold.
And you talked, watching film, a lot about his form and just hitting the hole, running north and south, as we like to say. And I think he's been doing that a lot recently.
Squaring those shoulders and getting downhill.
Bravo.
Check 37.
Shoot.
Now Rudolph on first down. He'll let this go for the end zone. Back of the end zone. Could he get his feet down? No, it's incomplete. They have not gotten him going at all. Tried to spark something there with a longer throw. Unable to complete it.
But you have to keep trying. He's one of their best playmakers. No matter what it says on the scoreboard, you're always trying to get him the football.
So 2nd down, still 10 yards to go. Ball on the 43.
Let's put that team on the hook.
Hey, Haywood.
25 to Mike. We're going.
Stand.
Check Mike. Check Mike. Back.
Rock it.
Now it's Rudolph. Looking for Johnson, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Will Harris. And he's able to get it back here to the 43-yard line. Johnson was the intended receiver.
Oh, timing is everything on a route like this. He tried to drive that football into a tight spot. And if you're a little early or a little late, chances are there's going to be someone there. And sure enough, this one's going the other way.
And for one of the few times here today, this run's not going to go anywhere. There to stop him, Terrell Edmonds.
No gain on the play. 2nd and 10 at the 42-yard line.
Here we go. 60 outlaw.
Watch tight end. Hey, 4 down. Check safety.
22 jet bomber. Go.
To throw on 2nd down. Thomas. And that'll be incomplete. Took a pretty good shot as he tried to pull that one in. Couldn't hang on 3rd down.
And now offensively it's 3rd and 10, and I'm just thinking to myself, actors always say, what's my motivation before a big scene? Right now the play caller's thinking, what have I done before that's worked well that I can go to right now?
Yeah, because they were pretty successful in the first half scoring points. Haven't done anything so far here in the second half.
Go.
Thomas now on 3rd down. Throwing deep for Galladay. And he knocks the ball away, and it falls incomplete. It was Minkah Fitzpatrick that time to break that one up.
Certainly looked like they were getting ready to convert there on 3rd down, but what an effort to get his hand on that one, knock it away, and brings up a 4th down decision.
Anger is on to punt, and he gets this one away. And a nice job here to down this one right on the 5-yard line.
That is how you flip field position. That's an absolute bomb of a punt. Downs it inside the 5-yard line. Absolutely ideal.
From that position, you're hoping to get it down inside the 15, inside the 5. Superb.
Hey, Sam off. Ready?
On 1st down, Swift. And this has been a familiar sight all afternoon as they stop him behind the line. You know, despite the scoreline, I think they've got to like where they are here. They're on the road and just one big play away from getting right back in this game.
I'm going to follow right along with you because the spot they're in now is a credit to their defense. They've kept them in it by making the plays that they've made, and that just means you're one big score away from being right back there.
Now the question is, can this offense step up and make that play? Because that's been an issue for them in this game. And he'll get this only up to about the 3-yard line. He'll get a couple yards back, but not more than that. They'll be left with 12 yards to go on 3rd down. And that is going to do it for this 3rd quarter of action. We'll return with more after this break. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports.
Check 24. Check 24.
Check. Crunch. 58, right over there.
Hey, Foxtrot.
Quarterback, don't get nervous now. We ain't beginning to tear you up. Don't get nervous.
Rudolph from his goal line here. And a quick throw here, that's complete. It'll be a gain of 8, but it also lead to a 4th down. And just a small glimpse there as to why they like this rookie so much.
And that's why they lit up a little bit in our meetings with the coaching staff, didn't they?
Yeah, when we talked about him, they did.
Yeah, you know, they like his work ethic. You know, this guy's running every route well in the route tree and getting better at it all the time, really honing his game. They expect a pretty good jump out of him as things continue to move on.
And they're indeed going to go for it here on 4th down. So trailing here in the last quarter. Let's see how this plays out.
Hey, Wahoo! Hey, lock it.
Got to try it here. He's back to throw. That ball caught by the former Toledo Rocket, Deontay Johnson. The Steelers try it, but they come up empty on 4th down. And now the football's going to go over, already being placed at the 15-yard line.
Come on, set. 10 Tucson.
Two times. 3 down. Watch the safety creep.
80 weapon. Snap.
They'll run on 1st down. Johnson. And he'll fight his way down right around the 12. Give him a couple on the carry there. 2nd and 8. I think you'd have to say defensively, these guys are doing their job pretty well, right?
Yeah, we talked about them holding them under 20 points, right, on defense. And they've done that. They've held them. The problem is their own offense hasn't answered their challenge, which was to score more.
Yeah, exactly. I remember you saying magic number was right around 20, and the offense has been the issue. You're right. The Lions on 3rd down, lacking much success, just 2 for 7 to this point. This will be 3rd and 5. And he takes this one in for a Lions touchdown. Kareem Hunt, his 14th touchdown now on the year. And the Lions are able to extend their lead. and they're able to run it in. It started with a battle in the trenches. They won there, and they got in for 6 points.
And that's going to be a tough one for the defense to deal with. They've got to go to the bench now and figure out how are we going to slow down this running game, because on that particular play, they had no answer.
This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive.
Leo!
On first down, Swift. Oh, he's got some breathing room. And all the way down to the 24-yard line. A big play that time for Pittsburgh. 51 yards on the ground. So barely time to catch our breath. Here's 1st and 10 just outside the red zone.
Go!
Check 31, check 31. Shift.
Look, squeeze. Be tripping.
They'll keep it on the ground. Swift. And he's going to lose yards. They take him down at the 26. Different story this time around. We had that huge gain followed by a sizable loss here.
It's going to be a long day. It's going to be a long day. Watch safety creep.
Look at me. Door.
Check 25.
Hey, orbit.
Slam.
Hey.
Bumps up the helmet. Here we go.
Go.
Now on 2nd and 13. Rudolph throwing left side here, and it's complete. And he'll get it down this time to the 17. They'll get 9 there as that sets him up better for 3rd down. In need of a conversion on 3rd down. They had the big play to start the drive. Not much sense.
Hey, turn it up.
They'll try the left side. Swift. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal.
But sometimes, Brandon, there's just not a secret to how things get done. He's been running well all game long, and they continue to rely on him in this key situation.
They told us they were going to rely on him. They have. He comes through there, a big 3rd down conversion. 1st and goal, and they got to be thinking a chance to get right back into this football game.
Pick it up, Pete. Quick the edge.
Come. Ready.
They'll keep it on the ground. Swift. And they'll be driven back here, losing yardage to the 10-yard line. That really sets them back. A loss of 6.
I know they've got to be careful not to go to the well too often, but it's a fine line, isn't it? Because sometimes, if you've got success, you want to just keep pounding away.
But no success there. They rallied quickly on the defensive end.
Check, 59. It's just me and you. Mike's 5'9".
Look at me. Zipper.
Mike's 59.
5.
On 2nd and goal, Rudolph flush to his right. And he'll just throw this one over in the way of the security crew. Incomplete here. Another pass attempt, another incompletion. You figure defensively, you're in the 4th quarter here. You've held the team under 100 yards passing. You've done your job.
Especially in today's NFL, which is truly a pass-first league.
They got to have 6 here. It's 3rd and goal.
Rock it.
10, under 10. Slap.
They'll try the left side. Swift. Call it a gain of 5, but still a decent ways from the end zone now on 4th and goal.
Well, Brandon, we always know that once you score 1 touchdown,
You're up 2.
You're without a doubt. And so far today, he's got 1, but was denied as he tried to get the 2nd one.
Now Chris Boswell for the Steelers field goal try. From the left hash, a chip shot here. Boswell's kick is good. And the drive will wind up yielding 3. Well, with that field goal, you can argue they needed to get back within 2 scores, and they did indeed do that, but still a pretty uphill battle.
Still going to take 2 fourth-quarter touchdowns to get back into it. And as you and I know, that's a tall order against any NFL defense. They're going to need their own defense to make some plays as well to give them an opportunity.
And all that worked, but he stopped where he ultimately would have been, and he's simply taken a knee, and that's the 25-yard line. The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. And that recipe on their last drive that resulted in a touchdown looks pretty good, so they'll be hoping to do that once more.
And it takes me back to when we sat with the offensive coordinator and the head coach. They felt pretty good about their game plan and thought there were some holes in the defense, and they exploited them the last time out. Let's see if they can come back and put together a similar drive.
And we'll see if they can do just that.
At the 29-yard line.
Clock continuing to run. They'll probably wind this all the way before snapping it on second down. Again, it's Johnson. They'll have a first down past the 40. There he goes, right side. Touchdown, Detroit. Kerryon Johnson, 71 yards. And the Lions are able to extend their lead. And for them, this train, it just keeps rolling, doesn't it? Well on their way to yet another victory.
Yeah, it's almost a runaway, isn't it? And you just wonder how anyone can stop this. They got full momentum going, full confidence going. But it's not just their own confidence that's leading them. It's the lack of confidence against their opponents now, because they see them coming and think, we've got no shot to beat this team.
The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. And they had 3 points last time, but they didn't want 3 points because they were well within range of scoring a touchdown. We'll see if they can do better now.
I'm with you on that one. Let's just go ahead and be frank about the whole thing. The only one happy about the 3-point
The kicker.
Exactly. He put it through the post. That's going to help him in contract time. But that offense, they're thinking, let's get in the end zone this time.
I don't know if that helped him in contract time. You could have kicked that one through.
I don't know about that.
Toe bash.
I don't know about
Toe bashed him.
that. Super toe.
First down, Steelers.
On the ready.
Just 2 minutes remaining here in the fourth quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. So the Steelers with the football as we get you reset. They've got a 1st and 10 as they search for a late score.
Two draw Corker.
Kill, kill, kill. Turn up. Kill, kill, kill. Turn up. Check, check. Lucky.
They'll run on first down. Swift. And he'll get this up to about the 38-yard line. 2 yards on the carry there. It'll be second down.
Well, he was looking for some running room, and there wasn't a whole lot of it there on that play. I think he was lucky to get a couple of yards out of it, because those defenders, they were rallying to the football pretty quickly.
Hey, switch gears.
Draw out.
They'll keep it on the ground. Swift. And getting this just shy of midfield, they'll spot it at the 49. 12 yards that time at a Pittsburgh first.
We'll definitely see some open running lanes, and he's taking advantage of it right now, but that shouldn't be a surprise. Defense has the lead. They're playing for the pass first.
Set. 18 Gator.
Target. Shoot.
Hard.
Be good. Check. Fresno.
Pilot. 64. Weak. Hey, Alpha. Yo. Go.
Jim.
Hey, lock it. Big River.
On first down, Rudolph. Under pressure here, and down he goes. Sacked back at about the 43-yard line. Now the Steelers going to use their 3rd and final timeout, as the clock will stop with 45 seconds left to go in the game. Protection certainly going to need to be a bit better here on 2nd and 16.
Leo.
They'll try the left side. Swift. They get just a yard back there, and now they'll be looking at a tough 3rd and 15.
Partner, we know today's NFL is really built around the guy throwing the football. But these short runs, they still pay dividends because they can take their toll on a defense, and they can add up as the game goes along. You control the clock, you control the ball, and that way you often control the game.
I got you, boy.
It'll be a gain of 17 at a Pittsburgh first.
It's a gain of 17
Let's go,
yards.
let's go.
And a Steelers first down.
So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10.
Hey, high 7. Look at me. Door.
Show it up. Check three. Check.
Bam. Ready?
Shotgun snap for Rudolph. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down.
It's 2nd down.
Don't need it all back at once, but you figure they're going to need something here. 17 yards to go on 2nd down. So this one's over. It's a win for the Detroit Lions, and it was their defense that led the way, allowing just 3 points, that lone field goal in the entire second half.
And remember the old adage, offense sells tickets. Defense does what?
Wins championships.
And in this game, maybe a championship wasn't won, but a game was by the defense, right? Held them to just a field goal. That's a heck of a job. I mean, when they went out there with that determination and a pretty good game plan, pretty good idea of what they wanted to accomplish, just love the execution, love the tenacity, love the way they finished.
So for the Lions, their winning ways continue as they get it up to 7-0. And they will hit the road next week for a date with the Green Bay Packers. Meanwhile, for the Steelers, they fall 2 games under 500 now at 3-5. And they'll be off to Minneapolis next week for a look at new U.S. Bank Stadium and a date with